Hello everyone, my name is DAZHUANG, and I'm going to talk about a case study about the Kontron Corporation executive fraud. First, let me just introduce the platforms. This one is the platforms, the Kontron Asian Plastic Design SDN BHD, which is previously known as Kontron Design Manufacturing Service SDN BHD, a Malaysia company involved in manufacturing electric products and providing related services. And we have the Kontron AG, which is the parent company of the KDMS, a publicly listed company in Germany. And this one is our defendants, the Kwang Xingye, the former director and CEO of KDMS. He was accused of breaching fiduciary duties and engaging in fictitious transactions. And the Quan Chongge, the former financial calculator of KDMS, accused of failing to fulfill his financial oversight duties. And this sixth is the other defendants, who is the partner of KDMS or the supplier of the KDMS. And now let me just talk about the fact what is happened on this company. First is the discovery of fictitious transactions. The KDMS discovered a series of fictitious transactions. These transactions were recorded as purchase and manufacturing agreements, but no actual goods were delivered. So the Xingye and Chongge didn't follow the company's contact formation and credit control policies. They provide unauthoritated credit terms and didn't conduct necessary background checks on consumers and suppliers. And then the financial operations, KDMS funds were transferred through TSLK and subsidiary via these fictitious transactions, with funds ending up in Xingye's personal accounts or third partners. And KDMS and Kontron AG paid a substantial amount to settle KSLK's loan, which was guaranteed by Kontron AG. And the KPMG was hired to investigating, and they revealing the detailed operations of their fictitious transactions and confirming their fraudulent nature. So the platforms claim that the Xingye and Chelong, as the senior executive of KDMS, they breached their fiduciary duties by failing to adhere to company policies and procedures. They didn't properly oversee and company's financial transactions and provide unauthoritated credit terms without conducting necessary background checks. And then the platforms aligned that the transactions with TSLK and Sanjiani was fraudulent. These transactions was recorded as purchase and manufacturing agreements, but no actual goods were delivered, as I mentioned. And the fictitious transactions was used to swap funds from the KDMS and the personal account of Xingye and others. They cheated the KDMS. And then the platforms argued that Xingye, Chonglong, and other defendants conspired to harm KDMS and Kontron AG by planning the fraudulent transactions. And then the platforms argue that the Xingye, Chonglong, and other defendants conspired to harm KDMS and Kontron AG by planning the fraudulent transactions. They claim that this conspiracy was intended to benefit the defendants at the expense of the company. So the platforms want to counter to hold Xingye and Chongge previously liable for financial losses incurred due to their negligence and breach of fiduciary duties, and order the defendants to repay the misappropriated funds and compensate the financial damages caused by their fictitious transactions. And he wants count to recognize and transparency and impose joint and several liabilities on all involved defendants for the full amount of financial losses suffered by KDMS and Kontron AG. But the defendants don't think so. They have some arguments. The Xingye claims that he relied on the advice of business development and finance department and didn't need to previously supervise each transactions. He argues that his role didn't require him to verify the authorities of every transaction. And the next one is the Chongge. The Chongge argued that he was merely following the Xingye's instructions and didn't have the authority to make independent decisions. He claims that he was not responsible for conducting background checks or approving transactions. And the other defendants, including the TSRK, WBC, USP, or something, they argue that they didn't conspire to harm KDMS or Kontron AG and should not be held liability for the losses. After hearing their claims, the count have to make their decisions. This is the reason for count to make the decisions. First is the clear evidence. There is a substantial amount of evidence, including documents, emails, and investigating, proved the fraudulent nature of the transactions. And there is a branch of fiduciary duties. Xingye and Chonglong failed to adhere to company policies and procedures, neglecting their fiduciary duties, and the conspiracy to injure. The court found that the Xingye and Ji Lim conspired to conduct fictitious transactions, causing significant financial harm to the planters. And the financial losses, the fictitious transactions led to substantial financial losses for KDMS and Kontron AG. And the last one is the most important one, the legal basis. The court cited several legal principles and cases, including the Section 114G of the Evidence Act 1950, which allowing the court to draw advice inference against defendants who failed to provide evidence. And the Section 70 and 71 to the Contract Act 1950. This regarded obligations to compensate for benefit received and loss caused by unlawful acts. And the court also provided some relevant case law. They provide some the similar cases, just like RE brings PLC or other things, the similar as this one. So the court have make its decisions. About the Chongge, he need to order to pay this large amount in damages the company, and the Xingye also need to pay this large amount for his fiduciary duties. And the other defendants, they were jointly several liabilities liable for this amount for conspiracy to injure. And they all need to pay the interest per amount for the date of filing until for payment. And then the legal cost, defendants to jointly and severally pay this large amount in the legal cost to the plaintiffs. After learning these cases, I have some more personal perspectives. The first one is the importance of corporate governance. Establishing robust governance structures ensures transparency and compliance in all procedures. The next is the fiduciary duties and legal responsibilities. This includes implementing strong internal control and prevent and detect fraud. In these cases, there are two executives that cheated from the company which will be prevent if the company have some strong internal controls. And then is the integrity and transparency. Business operations must be founded on integrity and transparency. Fraudulent activities cause financial losses and damage the company's reputations and trust. And then is the improvement measures. The company should take some measures to improve because they have take some losses. Maybe they can provide legal training for management, helps them to understand their responsibility and avoid legal risks. And the next one is, and the last one is legal awareness and compliance. Corporate executive and employees need to understand and comply with laws and regulations to avoid legal risks. Awareness of law obligations helps in maintaining the integrity and transparency of business operations. From these cases, we should know that we shouldn't cheat from the others, like company or some people, and we should aware and obey the laws all the time. This is DAZHUANG speaking. Thank you for your time.